You will know me as Skull the Norn.
Hi, I'm Alex, and today we're here with Andrew Valkalkas, which is the creator of the Fate of the Norn Ragnarok games.
Valkalkas.
Oh yeah, okay, so sorry.
I'm Ken.
I'm going to be screwing up his name a lot, so you guys be patient with me. In any case, today we're going to be discussing the Norse mythology's version of the apocalypse, the end of the world. We're going to be discussing...
What is it called again?
Ragnarok.
Ah, great name.
Most of you have probably already heard this because it's going to be the title for the next Marvel movie, but let's just say Marvel is
Different.
different.
Yes, they take a unique
They're
look at
special.
Yeah, they're special in a very kind of
Special.
special way. So, can you tell us a little bit more about Ragnarok? What is it in general? How does the world end?
Well, Ragnarok, the translation means Twilight of the Gods. And this story is a really long one. This is not something that unfolds in one afternoon. Ragnarok unfolds over 4 ages. There's an axe age, a sword age, a wind age, a wolf age.
How many years per age is it?
So none of them are actually specified in detail within the sagas or the Eddas. Right now it's taken that the first age is Fimbulwinter, and they state that Fimbulwinter lasts 3 years.
Okay.
For 3
That's not
years,
bad,
summer
that's
will not roll around, and the daytime will never be
That's
seen
not bad.
again.
3 years is not that bad.
3 years, no sun, no moon, no
I was-
agriculture, no nothing?
I was expecting like 10 years of no winter. Like, I mean, that's what I was like 40 years of like Ragnarok. That would have been real bad. But 3 years, you know, if you put it that way of no
Come on,
winter.
Vikings are badasses, but not that much.
I think they can live 3 years of nothing.
What can happen in 3 years? Think about it. Crops fail,
Yep.
right? Vegetation starts to die.
And then what happens?
Herbivores start to die. Carnivores no longer have food. Fresh bodies of water frozen over.
Yeah.
Salt water probably starting to freeze over as well.
Yeah, minus 40, minus 50, salt water will freeze up.
So this is not a post-apocalyptic setting. This is a apocalyptic setting.
Yeah, we're during the apocalypse. That's the thing, is usually in modern cinema and other things, the apocalypse is a very explosive event. The atom bomb goes off, and then it's post-apocalyptic. The world stops changing. Whereas in Fimbulwinter, what I like is that it's an ongoing thing. It's the world slowly failing. So it's one chain that leads to the other, that leads to the other, that fails one after the other
And
one.
there's nothing you can do about it.
Or is
Instead-
it?
Spoiler alert!
The fuck, man?
Well, we'll probably get to stuff that's in Lords of the Ash, the Illuminated Edda, all that's coming out this summer.
Yes, this is very exciting times. Alright, so now that we've discussed it a bit, what are the big events that are in Ragnarok? What happens? What leads up to it?
So the lead up is something that builds over many critical events. One of the major ones is the death of Balder.
Okay, so
This
before you go anywhere, who the hell is Balder?
Balder is the son of the god Odin, the Allfather of the Aesir gods, and Frigga. So he is the spotless god, the god that doesn't, like, he hates violence.
He's the Captain America of gods.
But
Yes.
Captain America does... Wait,
Let's not get into this. I opened the can of words. I'm sorry, viewers.
Hail Hydra.
No,
No, that's spoilerific, man. Come on.
a lot of people look at Balder as the goody-goody of the Aesir gods.
So the goody
because,
two-shoes, yeah.
you know what? The Aesir gods are like your classical pantheon of gods. They're full of egotistical beings with incredible power that look at humanity as nothing more than playthings and tools. And Baldur's a little bit off to the side as being someone with a more virtuous moral compass. And so he has a bad dream, and in that bad dream he dies. And so he goes to see his mom, and he asks her...
How old is Balder? 5?
This is a grown man. This is why...
Mom, I had a bad dream when I died.
But
Help me.
But he does die, so that's really...
Yeah,
awkward,
okay,
isn't
so
it?
it's terrible because he's dead, but you know, okay, go on.
Exactly. So he goes to her with good reason. This is a very vivid dream that shakes him up. And he says, you know what?
Time for a commercial break. Do you like Coke? Well, Coke Zero is a drink for you. It has zero.
Okay, so Balder and family end up getting really, really upset because the Aesir have a bad dream that he's going to die. And so his mom goes around and asks all living things not to harm her son. And as she's walking past mistletoe, she says, well, you know what? This thing is so innocuous.
Mistletoe as in the little plant, right?
Exactly. She
All
goes,
right.
what can that do to my son? I'm just going to bypass it and continue asking, the most obvious, elements that could possibly hurt my son. Yeah, iron, whatever. And so, what does Loki do? He figures this out. And he ends up forging a spear in mistletoe. And he goes over to go see Hoder. Now, Hoder is a blind god that, it's entertaining to watch this guy throw stuff. And Balder is now pretty much impervious to everything, so it's really fun to watch stuff ricochet off of him. So Loki shows up at one of these great balls and says, you know what? Hey, Hoder, toss this next. The spear hits him, impales his heart, and the poor sap dies.
Wow, so a blind man hit a guy in the chest and pierced his heart.
And this guy was impervious.
This is the mom's fault. Mom should just talk to the mistletoe. Gosh, gee willikers.
Yeah,
God.
get your act together, Mom.
Okay, maybe it's Loki's fault.
No. Seriously, they should have blamed Frigga. But instead, they blamed Loki.
Alright, yeah.
Frigga was the one. It's like, hey, it's like that the gorilla event that happened. The kid that fell into the zoo. And they killed the gorilla, but the mom is the one who didn't watch the kid.
So in case you're not watching this...
Now we're really politicizing this and polarizing the discussion.
Let's not have
Now,
this...
mention in the comments below, is it Frigga's fault or Loki's fault? Or wait, maybe it's Hoder's fault.
Or is it the gorilla's fault?
Or is it Balder's fault?
For being such a goody-goody.
Alright, so Balder ends up dying, I take it?
He does.
Okay.
So they do blame Hoder. And there's a little side story on how Hoder gets his own.
Does he have to hold the door?
No.
Stop it! No! No!
You spoilers! Way too many spoilers in this video.
People don't need to hear that anymore.
Alright,
Fast forward past these spoilers. Okay. So now, what happens next? Hoder gets his punishment, I guess. He gets killed.
I thought gods couldn't die.
They can.
To other gods?
Right.
Balder just died.
Yeah, but I mean, Balder was killed because he was harmed with mistletoe. How did they kill Hoder?
Actually, really sick story. Odin ends up fostering a child with a specific purpose. He sires a child with the specific purpose of that child killing Hoder for revenge.
Talk about really, really overthinking a revenge plot.
That's the long con.
But it isn't long. He grows to adulthood in 24 hours.
The not so long con.
Yeah. Alright, so God picks up a child, goes, you're an adult, now go kill that dude.
Exactly. So Hoder gets his own. And now Loki's like, well, I'm getting the hell out of here. So he takes off. Eventually they catch him.
Of course.
They give him the most ultimate punishment they can think of. They transform one of his kids into a wolf, have that kid slaughter his other kid, and take that kid's intestines and bind up Loki in those intestines down in Virgelmir, which is the realm of Nidhogg and everything nasty.
This, guys, is why Viking mythology is so much better than Greek mythology. Because the closest thing the Greeks have to this is the tale where the guy feeds the gods his children, and then they all go apeshit. We have a child, but still, we have one of your kids slaughtering your other kid, and then using that kid.
But he didn't eat his kid.
No, he was bound in his intestines.
Yeah, but he didn't eat his kid. I don't know. I mean, it's debatable. We digress.
Yes,
we do digress.
Let's get back to the main topic.
So, how we're getting to Ragnarok here, right?
Yeah.
We're taking the scenic route.
Of course.
If I take even a step back, I'm thinking about, like, why would Loki, the trickster god, go to such lengths to kill Balder? Well, there's two reasons. One, there was an Aesir Vanir war, and in that war, there was a being called Gulveig. She was a Vanir goddess of avarice, greed, and paranoia.
Vanir.
Yes.
Fine.
Well, do we need to define the Vanir?
Yes, what's a Vanir? I do not know.
Vanir?
There's another video about this.
Click here, this link right here. Or there. Wherever you guys want.
Or here!
We'll do it in post-editing.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Vanir are the old gods. They are the gods from the east.
Okay.
And so they're like the Baltic lands and, Finland, Sweden. The Baltic
Area.
watershed
Yeah.
is basically where they were originally conceived and worshipped. And so The Vanir gods are the old gods, the fertility gods, and the Aesir come in and kind of usurp them because they're way more authoritarian, more warlike. And so you get a couple of the Vanir gods that end up defecting to the Aesir gods after the war. But during that war, there was a being called Gulveig, a Vanir goddess, who almost single-handedly crippled the Aesir gods by going into Asgard and sowing dissent among the gods. So the gods started turning on each other, the Aesir gods.
Okay, so she did basically what Loki does. She played tricks on the gods to make them
even worse. So they were ready to completely just turn on each other violently.
Oh.
When Odin said, "You know what? I got to put a stop to this." So it actually took 3 tosses of his mystical spear Gungnir to kill Gulveig. And after she died, they were like, "We really need to get rid of her," so they burnt her. And
so they killed her, and then they burnt her. They stomped on the ashes and threw them in the river. Is that it?
They didn't actually look at the ashes afterwards. They burnt her and left the ashes to be. That was a mistake.
Why do I have a feeling that these ashes...
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. All right.
See, you would have thought of this. Gods, why didn't they think of this?
Exactly.
Loki thought of this. So he went and sifted through the ashes. He found her heart, her blackened heart.
Wow.
And he ate it. And ever since that deed...
I'm having trouble seeing Loki. Hey, look, a heart!
Delicious black
Well,
heart.
if we have another aside, eating body parts of slain foes that are very worthy was actually something that would grant you mystical powers. So when Sigurd killed Fafnir the dragon, he ate Fafnir's heart as well.
That's another story.
Click here.
Yes. Or here. All right.
All right.
There's way too many clicking in this video.
Too many asides and too many spoilers.
In any case,
long story short, from that point on, Loki's tricks took on a sinister turn. Okay? So this is why he killed Balder. Odin was really pissed, despite them being blood brothers. And that's another aside. Loki and Odin are blood brothers, not Thor and Loki are brothers. They're nowhere near related, those two.
That's another video.
yes.
Click here.
Or here.
Alright.
All right. That's not... No.
I need a refill. Alright,
Yeah,
so...
me too. All right. All right.
Alright,
Cheers,
gentlemen.
guys.
Scored!
All right.
Skull.
Okay.
Now you see that he's the one that wrote the game, and we're just enjoying it.
I always enjoy everything I do.
Where were we?
We were talking about the heart eaten.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah,
Loki
so-
eating heart.
sinister joke.
Eating body parts. Yeah, so it conveys special powers. So this is why Loki ate the Gulveig's heart. It wasn't just a morbid fascination with the body part. He was hoping to get some special powers from it. So there was a second reason why Loki did the deeds that he did.
Yeah.
And the second one is actually a major spoiler for the upcoming Illuminated Edda.
And if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and
Click this link over here, which will bring you to the Illuminated Edda's Kickstarter's page, where you can buy your own copy and support these great works that Andrew's bringing us.
Thank you. So,
let's
let's fast forward. No.
Ken, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
So we know Gulveig's story.
Yeah.
We know Loki's story. Now we know Baldur's story.
Mm-hmm.
And now, let's go to the fact that the Norns, who are extremely powerful beings that have the ability to weave the tapestry of fate, and they can control the time someone lives and dies, whether they be mortal or immortal.
So they're basically deciding that in 25 years you're dead.
Pretty much.
Whoever
Isn't
you
that
are.
like basically God?
It's when you're born, they show up and weave you into the tapestry of fate. So all of your great deeds, all your great failings, already predetermined.
Can you bribe them?
Yes.
And that's where the fact that the one who leads the players in the Ragnarok game is called a Norn, because what you're doing is you're weaving the tapestry of the story with your players in it.
Are we linking another video?
Oh, I think we've linked enough videos for now.
Click here.
Click here.
There's gonna be nothing there.
Alright. So, where were we at? So, Ragnarok. So, here's another part of the story. The sun and moon were created by the gods. Actually, the whole concept of day and night existed before the sun and moon.
Mm-hmm.
But then the gods put together a contraption of a chariot, a shard from Muspelheim, and some riders and a horse to drag the sun and moon across the sky. And they set the direction of the sun and moon over their world, Asgard.
Of course, if you're gonna make something that's really nice and comfortable and toasty and warm, you want it in your skies.
Exactly. 3 worlds got a day-night cycle, which was Alfheim, Midgard, and Vanguard.
Yes, thank you.
We can cut out the pause.
No, of course not.
Damn it!
Your memory's not perfect, Andrew.
That's not getting cut out either.
Alright, so, yeah, the Sun and Moon were going over Midgard, Alfgard, and Vanguard. But 5 worlds were plunged into a perpetual cycle of darkness, which was Jotunheim, Svartalfheim, Nidavellir, which is like the realm of the dwarves. If I go back, Svartalfheim, the realm of the dark elves, Jotunheim, the realm of the ice giants. What am I missing? Niflheim, the realm of the dead.
All the Heims.
All the Heims.
Yeah. So basically, all these guys got the really crap end of that deal.
Exactly. So, what did the giants do? They were totally pissed. And they said, you know what? If we can't get the sun and moon, no one will. And they sent 2 celestial wolves named Skoll and Hati to chase after the sun and moon and destroy them, devour them.
Alright, so, quick question. Where does Skull and Hattie come from?
So, they're from Jotunheim, from a forest called Yarnvid. So there's a witch called Angraboda and her coven of witches there, Scythe-Konas, that raise litters of wolves, Yarnvid wolves. And among them is like Managar, one of the most powerful wolves of the world. And Skoll and Hati herald from that wood, and they were sent because of their abilities to go and chase down the sun and moon and destroy them. And Fimbulwinter actually begins. Ragnarok begins when the sun and moon get devoured by those 2 celestial wolves.
Wow. That is one hell of a bang for your apocalypse.
That's crazy. That is interesting. 2 wolves. Do they get eaten at the same time? Like, do they like go like, okay, I'm ready. Let's eat now. Go!
Yeah, they've got this like signal, this really complex hand signal.
Because they're always at opposite ends at the same time.
They've got a finishing move. It's like right, quarter circle, quarter circle, ABBA.
It's like that fighting game.
Yeah, exactly.
Tag team!
They got the finishing move on the sun and moon. The sun and moon did not even see it coming.
No. And that's where the interesting part comes, because that's where most of your campaigns are going to be set. The world has been, the sun and moon have been destroyed. What now? What happens next? How do we fix this? Can we do anything about it?
So I've only told you half the story.
Nice.
Tune in next time to see the next half.
And if you're into it, drop us a like, subscribe to our channel, and watch some more Viking badassness.
And I want to see who you blame for Baldur's death.
Leave it in the comment down below.
See you next time.
Bye!
Skål!